Hey there, collectives, and welcome back for a general love reading. I'm kind of under the weather. It's kind of late night, so I decided to do Divine Masculine's energy pool, and then I come back and I do a Divine Feminine's reading. So this is a general, so it's not going to resonate for every single person that views this channel. So only take the part that fits and discard the rest. We're going to start off with the Psychic of the Tarot from the heart and tap into the Divine Masculine's heart space at this time. Pertaining to their Divine Feminine, how are they doing? What are they going through? What are they thinking about? What is the possible outcome? What is the possible future outcome or the possible future actions that these Divine Masculines will take towards their Divine Feminine? So let's see. My energy resonates. I ask that you like, share, and subscribe. It's this hot and cold air, y'all. I'm running out the house with my sandals on. Share the love here. Feeling alone. So at this current time here, the Divine Masculine is in this nostalgia energy here, where they're feeling alone, they're feeling abandoned, they're feeling isolated here. So it could be these Divine Masculines have been doing a lot of, I feel like this time alone is going to help a lot of these Divine Masculines, especially if they are taking time alone, because that means that they are making sacrifices here. They're not, even though they may not be in a good emotional place, they're not rushing out to fulfill their flesh, or they're not pursuing carnal-minded things here. This is someone here who I feel like misses the love of their Divine Feminine here. And I feel like this Divine Masculine is in a dark place right now. And I feel like Spirit is asking the reason why most of these Divine Masculines here are in a dark place right now and they're isolated is so that the universe, so Spirit can get them to change their focus, their mindset here towards relationships, towards life, towards everything that's pertaining to them. Because, like I say, these Divine Masculines are in a dark place. They are. They're just in a dark place here. They're in the dark place yearning for love. But some of these Divine Masculines are not doing that spiritual work. They're stubborn. They're set in their ways. They're not completing cycles. They're not ending cycles. They're not ending toxic relationships or toxic habits, toxic mindsets. This is why the universe is asking these Divine Masculines to change their focus, to stop looking at the negative things, because I feel like now some of these Divine Masculines, they are in negative energy, dark energy. They're kind of hopeless, but at the same time, they are desiring love. But I feel like they don't know how to get it because they've created so much negativity and they've created so much imbalances between them and their feminine that they don't even begin to know how to, or rather, they don't even know how to begin to repair it when they've caused so much heartache and pain. So I feel like this Divine Masculine needs to get out of the negative, dark place and come back into the light here, but it's going to take some time here. I do see choose your battles here. So it's almost like the universe is, what I'm getting is that the universe is sitting things in these Divine Masculines' way. It's not obstructing their path, but it's forcing them to choose, you know, because everyone has their own free will. And so I feel like the universe is allowing these Divine Masculines to be in this dark, isolated place so that they can see that they do have a choice. And they're going to have to choose what is best for them. You know, and I feel like it's just about confronting that demon, and you know, that it's almost like confronting something that you shouldn't even be confronting here. This is why the universe is asking these Divine Masculines to choose their focus here, or to change their focus, because it's almost like these Divine Masculines are going up against unnecessary giants here when they don't have to be. And I feel like these unnecessary giants could be a simple thing as their egos here. You know, the stubborn, don't want to make the changes here. But for some of these divine masculines here, um, if they can learn from their lessons, change their focus here, and if they stay more in the light than the dark, because I feel like this is what is represented. It's almost like the universe is putting obstacles in these divine masculines' way, and the universe is like they're setting life and death before them, and it's up to them to choose whichever they're going to choose. Choose your battle. But it's almost like, you know, they're being drawn more to the light because they don't like this dark place here. And I feel like most of these divine masculines are going to get it together because love is going to abound here. I also feel like these divine masculines are finally going to tap into their spiritual. I feel like they're going to start listening to their higher self side now instead of their carnal, fleshly side. See, because they're having to release. They're having to release the old. Take off the old dark garment that has been weighing these divine masculines down here. They've been running around here trying to take out every giant in their life. And these giants in their life, it's not even always about the fight, but how you fight, I feel like. And I also feel like Spirit is telling these divine masculines, you're fighting useless battles here. You're fighting unnecessary battles. The only battle you have is the battle from within. Stop trying to compete with the physical things. You need to compete with the spiritual things yourself. Because a lot of times ourselves is more fearful to address that self than it is anybody that we face on the outside of us any day. So it's almost like these divine masculines are put into situations where things are not turning out good for them. They're losing everyone around them. They're around a bunch of deceptive people here. It just seems like they're in this energy where it's just mirroring, boomeranging back to them. All of the seeds they have sown are coming back on them. And now is a critical time for them because now they're at a crossroad here where their heart is yearning for love. They cannot deny it, but they still have this battle from within in their mentality. And I feel like in their ego here. And so I feel like these divine masculines are just fighting to be set free because at the end of the day, these divine masculines do want love. And they do want to connect in love. They want to be victorious in love. And they do want their divine feminines back. They do. But they're just going through they're just having to peel off the old man because the old man has been dark. And it has not served them any good. And it has created a lot of negative relationships and created a lot of dark, negative karma. And they're tired of it. And so I feel like these divine masculines are going to get their stuff together. At least these that are coming up here. But I feel like collectively it is so too. It's just that these divine masculines are too busy trying to fit the status quo of the world. And it doesn't work like that. You're still going to have to do certain things, and you're going to have to do them the right way here. So let's see. I see, let's see what else. Spirit, what else is going on with these divine masculines pertaining their divine feminines here? Let's see. One time. All right. I have to be mindful of the pictures on these cards. So this divine masculine is maybe, these divine masculines may be out here not looking for anything serious here. Could be fire energy. I feel like most of these divine masculines, they're in dark places here. It's like it's almost like they're trying to run away from themselves, but they just run around in circles here. See, they're not having a good time being single here. It's not working out for them anymore. Spirit say the thing that they used to do, it no longer works for them. See there, these old ways of these divine masculine spirits say they don't work for you no more. You're going to have to change your focus. You're going to have to get out of that. You're going to have to release that shadow side, that toxic behavior here, where you've been selfish here, where you didn't want to commit, where you're always juggling, you're always indecisive, where you're always immaturely pursuing physical things here. Because Spirit's saying these divine masculines are not healing. The Star card, they're not healing. Most of them are afraid that they're dealing with their fear, but I feel like a lot of these divine masculines they don't like that shadow side of themselves that they see here. So this is what you have. You have the Knight of Wands for this divine masculine. Could be a fire sign here. I feel like these divine masculines here are, it's like the oracle cards is telling you the choices and the outcomes that, the help that they need to do, the steps in order to get out of it. But once again, it is a choice. See, they're going to just keep on having tower moments in their lives here. See, these divine masculines don't know you're going to have to change. See, a lot of confusion around them. See there, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse here. So with this 2 of Pentacles, it could really represent that these divine masculines, things are not going good. Like I said, they're receiving karma. Like I said, and I feel like the very thing that they hunger for is being challenged here. Some of these divine masculines, their only focus is upon how they look in the line, how they look to the world. I feel like some of these divine masculines, their egos, their independence, especially if they had anything going for themselves, this was a blockages for these divine masculines here. Obviously, because I feel like they were walking around here in the Knight of Wands, or galloping around here in the Knight of Wands single, but they were not looking for anything because they were toxic here. But I feel like now these divine masculines, since it is a lesson for them, things are not the way they used to be for them. And I feel like if they did have a season of prosperity, I feel like now everything is starting to become challenged in their life, because this is a change for these divine masculines. These are a necessary change that if it was left up to them alone, they may not take it here. So like I said, their monies are going to be affected here, and it's going to take them longer to bounce back now, because there's a lesson in these relationships here, especially if they're very, very prideful. And I feel like this divine masculine was, whoever this energy is, could be a Capricorn, could be a Scorpio here, could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. There's a lot of fire energy in here. Or Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. See, ain't not a 1 of cup in this reading. Not damn one. It ain't no cup in here whatsoever here. So these divine masculine, the last thing they were worried about or looking for was emotional fulfillment. They were looking for, they wasn't even looking for nothing serious here. So you got the Knight of Wands to the 7 of Wands to the 2 of Pentacles here. So it's almost like they were rushing in. They wasn't looking for nothing serious, and they was constantly busy because they was working overtime here. And I feel like they didn't have time to fall in love. At least this what they wasn't looking for love. I feel like love. I feel like this is like this. If you want a person to leave you alone now, just tell them you want love and you in love, honey. They're gonna be gone. Now if you calling them in for a wham bam, thank you ma'am here, then they all for it. See, they're full of burdens here now, because the lifestyle that they have chose to entertain is no longer fun anymore. See, when they was on top of the world, they could get whatever they want. Everybody was, they was the person. Everybody was after them. It boosted their ego. But now it's no longer fun now, because the tables have turned. With this Tower card, it has changed everything, because what Spirit is trying to expose a lot of these divine masculine is that they may be looking good on the outside here, but Spirit say behind closed doors, they're not even marriage material themselves here. They're toxic. They're not willing to make changes here. So Spirit is also telling the divine feminines to You can't always judge a book by its cover, because I feel like a lot of these divine masculines here, they work hard looking good so that you won't see what's really inside of them, because what you're gonna see is wounded, dark energy masculines here who don't know their way out or towards the light, and their feminine was the one that was their guiding light here. So instead, you know how it is when you have something that was a gift and you don't accept it, you don't appreciate it, then that means that you're pretty much gonna go from divine to shit, okay? So I feel like this divine masculine has been going into a bunch of conflicts. Could be a lot of fussing and fighting here. And I feel like they're all because of these divine masculines here. They're not committing to anyone. They're just creating more toxic soul ties here. And if it wasn't for the universe stepping in and, shaking up the foundation, then I feel like these divine masculines probably would just stay in this dark place here. But some of these feminines are still wanting their masculines here. And we're rooting for these divine masculines, because look, we need y'all men, okay? I'm just and this is how I feel. Like, everybody ain't saying this. Some of your feminines are mad at you. They're resentful towards you. They're not forgiving you. But I understand that you have your own journey too. Because I feel like if y'all don't get it together, then what's gonna happen then? What's gonna be up with these feminines here? I guess y'all gonna just stay in toxic relationships. So let's see what this is about. Now, remember, you have the Devil card, the Tower card, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands, all in the Tower, all because these divine masculines were too busy exploring intimacy, non-committal, very immature, very reckless in this Page of Wands and Knight of Wands energy. And I feel like things are turning around and turning against them for them to make some type of change. See, you got the Hermit card here, Virgo energy, the Wheel of Fortune. I just said that things are changing here. See, the Hermit card and the Wheel of Fortune here. Something is changing here. Destiny is changed, but these were in reverse. So these divine masculines are being judged here. They're receiving bad karma, especially for those who are stubborn and not willing to make the changes here. So let's start off with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Spirit, why is the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse here for divine masculine? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. See, they got a lot of financial burdens here. See that this divine masculine say it's hard keeping up this image. Y'all just don't know how hard it is. Because when I was raised up, my daddy didn't show me nothing. My daddy didn't give me nothing. My daddy didn't teach me nothing. My daddy didn't leave me nothing. And everybody around me tell me you're supposed to have the money. That's what the people like. When people see you stable and abundant, you single, then, people respect you. But it's not working for these. It's not working anymore. They're becoming burdens trying to fit these shoes that they were not supposed to be. But see, and it's bringing problems to their relationship. Now you got the Lovers card here. Now you got the Lovers card here. See? That's in the reverse. See, what is causing this divine masculine a burden here is that they were so busy trying to keep up the facade that they were made, and they were balling and all those things like that, trying to impress other people, but they realizing that they just, all they were doing was attracting, because their mindset was toxic. Only thing they were doing was attracting more toxic relationships here. So now you have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. See, their pockets is being compromised now. Spirit know how to get their attention when they're stubborn and they're not trying to make the change. That's why you have the Tower card. That means that everything that stood in your way of you changing, not for your feminine, but for yourself first, that the universe is moving it all out of the way. You don't have your crutches. You don't have your devices. You don't have friends and people. You don't have all these people around to encourage you to stay in this dark energy. This is why the Tower card is here. You're forced to make a change, and whether you like it or not, you can fight it, but it's going to bring you to a better place, because we all eventually face these Tower moments when we don't want to leave our comfort zone. So the Five of Pentacles in the reverse here. Spirit wise is here for Divine Masculine. Nine of Swords, because they're stressed it out. They're stressed out, worried about money, worried about what people gonna think about them, what people gonna say about them. They're feeling like failures here with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse for the Nine of Swords. I feel like somebody is. I feel like these Divine Masculines are so busy. They're so worried that their image, that they're gonna be looked upon here. I guess they feel like they're gonna end up. Folks gonna leave them alone once they find out that they have fallen off. I feel like these Divine Masculines has fallen off of their shine, their limelight here, their time of arrogance, of selfishness here. And I feel like it scares them. Somebody needs attention. I feel like these Divine Masculines yearn for attention, but the attention that they are yearning for seems to be just as dark as them, because it seems like when it comes to their Divine Feminine, they're running away from it because they don't want to be held accountable. But like I say, these Divine Masculines, what they're going to find out is every other relationship you go and try to build, if you're not doing that inner work and that spiritual work, that's going to fail too. You met your feminine for a reason, like she met you too. If you're in a dark place, she's supposed to help you come to the light. And you're supposed to uphold her and to support her and to protect her. So see, these Divine Masculines stressed out about money because they feel like they feel like all the attention going to be on them. All the attention going to be on them and their failures here. It's almost like they're trying to please people. They're trying to please people because I feel like most of these Divine Masculines grew up without a firm father figure and someone to show them how they're supposed to be. So now you have the Devil card, Capricorn energy. Why is the Devil here? The Devil card is the Four of Swords here. See? I feel like this person here needs to take a break off of this here. Maybe these Divine Masculine are making themselves ill here. Or maybe this Divine Masculine is trying to... That's a confirmation. This Divine Masculine is trying to recuperate. They're trying to recuperate from something that had them down here with this Devil card here. Oh, see there? They're trying to recuperate the money. See? I told you. But they ain't even worried about the love. You see? This is why Spirit is making them... See? They worried about the money still. Even still, that's what they worried about, that image. And here they could have love, but this is in the reverse, but that Ten of Pentacles in the upright here, right along with the Devil card. This is why their finances are being compromised now, because their priorities are wrong. They're too busy trying to follow the system of the world of what men's supposed to be and what they supposed to expect and how, and it's not helping them. Wow, now you got the Tower card here. Spirit, clarify the Tower, Scorpio energy for Divine Masculine. The Tower card, there you go. The Emperor in the reverse here, see? See, I told you these Divine Masculine are having realization. The universe is getting them. The universe is exposing them and showing them for what they really are, showing them their selves here. This is why you had that, because see, love can abound with them, but this is why Spirit's trying to get them to release. But some of these Divine Masculines are so arrogant that they don't spiritually listen here. They're not listening with their spiritual eye so that they can make changes here. These Divine Masculines are in a karmic cycle right now, especially with this Emperor in the reverse. Could be an Aries, could be a Scorpio here. Spirit, why is the Tower here? See, but it came out, telling you, see? Because they're so worried about their image being blemished here. You see the Six of Wands in the reverse? You see how the universe is bringing it all down? See, like I said, most of these Divine Masculines didn't have their own identity because some of them don't even know. You know, look, I feel like the family is the first level of defense, but a lot of times at home ain't like it should be. You know, it's bad. Sometimes it's horrible. Let's just be real. So most of these Divine Masculines, they learn how to be men by their peers and what they experience and what they see and what they're taught. And if the right father figure does not teach them as a child, then they're going to learn the hard way. It doesn't mean that there's no hope for them. It just means they got a tedious road up ahead. That means that they're going to have to experience everything. They're going to have to they're going to have to actually delve into every situation in order to know if it's for them or not. So what the universe is doing is stripping their ego, stripping their pride. It's like it's just stripping them down here. Because the very thing that they hold on to the most is their image. You see, these are in the reverse, but the tower is in the upright. Spirit is bringing down these arrogant, egotistical egos that serve them no good and causes everybody else a lot of heartache and pain. Because they run around here in the Knight of Wands energy, but they haughty in the Emperor energy. So you got an emperor running around here reckless here, like, you know, like they chasing after one lover to another lover, chasing after money, they say if they get the money, the honey come. But now that the money is falling off, they're starting to have problems in their relationships now. And they're afraid that these karmic relationships are going to leave them. But Spirit say that let them leave. Why you think this is happening? Let go of that. You're not supposed to be with these karmics. See, because all right, Spirit. Why is the Knight of Wands here for this divine masculine? Clarify the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Oh, they trying to run. Were they rushing in to play house? I feel like they rushing from house to house to house. Star card in the reverse. See, they're not healing. With the star card, they're not healing. I feel like they're losing hope here. Or maybe somebody dealing with them was losing hope because these divine masculines are too busy winning at all costs. So what I'm getting is that these divine masculines was misleading a lot of people, probably including their divine feminine here. You know, making them think that they're going to build something with them, but the whole time they ain't sticking around. They on to the next here. You know, and Spirit says because these divine masculines, or some of these divine masculines are damaged goods and they need to heal because they practice this lifestyle so long in this Knight of Wands here that the only thing they know is to run game. They don't know nothing but to run game because I feel like most of these divine masculines grew up around that. So why is the Five of Wands here for divine masculine? A lot of conflict, a lot of competition, a lot of fighting, argument. Why is this here, Spirit, for divine masculine? Because, this is inner conflict. Because this divine masculine refuses to see the truth that they need to make a change. That's what it is. Like I say, Spirit is putting, because so this person, these divine masculine can heal. Because they've been guarded here for so long because of their own trauma that they have experienced, that they have not released. That's why you got the Star card in the reverse. Spirit says some of these divine masculines are too ashamed to talk about their childhood. And it doesn't represent that they was, you know, because abuse comes in so many different ways here. It's just so too painful for them to address it here. They're not willing to put the work in because they don't want to face it. This is why Spirit has to step in and force them to face it in order for them. You know, they may think that their whole world is falling down around them, but really it is. But it's just so they can rebuild here and they can drop this burden. We're dealing with a lot of masculines that's walking around here that are heavily burdened here and they don't know what to do about it. It's like their heart is being pulled in one direction and then their mind is being pulled over here. Then they're dealing with their own emotional demons and their mental demons and everything else. They don't know. They don't know, especially if they ain't got no sound people around them. They got the Page of Wands. Spirit, why is the Page of Wands here for divine masculine? Page of Wands. Ooh, Page of Wands has came back up. I feel like this is what they've been doing. With the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups, they just been running game here. See, you know, they coming in here talking big stuff. But I feel like they're not delivering here. They come in here and what they talking about and what they're doing, I feel like this wasn't adding up here. I feel like they making a lot of, see? Thank you, Spirit, see? Three of Swords. They're making a whole bunch of empty promises, but maybe they grew up around a whole bunch of womanizers or pimps or hustlers or something. You know that is the image of these men today, because I'm saying even when you deal with the feminine energy that are masculine, the majority of them, and I'm not saying everybody, don't come for me because this ain't personal. You have to look at the image that they're portraying. Most of the feminines that are masculine females or the same sex females, some of them are sagging, for instance. And see, I'm talking about integrity. I ain't talking about your preference. I wouldn't attack that. But I'm just saying, look at the image they go after. It's a hardcore type of D-board type of energy instead of an intellectual, intelligent. And I ain't saying everybody, so don't come for me. I'm just saying from what I've seen, and I know it's beautiful people out here that does not do that, and I'm not saying it's a problem with it. I'm just saying when you look at it, it's not like they're following, they're patterning themselves after a healthy image. Now it seems like they go pick the most ratchetest energy to work. You know, you walking around here sagging, you fussing, you fighting, and you know, it's like, God dang, why? So you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's like the image that they're trying to keep up with, it don't even help them. It makes them look bad. And then when you dig a little deeper, you'll find out that the majority of these people who tend to migrate towards the negative aspect, because I'm saying it don't matter if you're into the same sex, but I'm saying if you're toxic like that, want to fuss, want to fight, you know, you swag, you ain't got no character, no integrity, even then what's the use? So it doesn't matter who you're with, you're still going to have, you're still going to be fighting some type of challenge in your relationship here. And so what it's saying is that these divine masculines be out here hustling women. They all out here hustling. They met divine feminine, but they in such a dark place. They don't recognize the gifts. I feel like when they had the opportunity with the divine masculine, the divine feminine, they chose not to heal. That's why the Star card, because I feel like this is what Spirit is saying too. See? Their same tactics, their same ways, how they live. I feel like this Ten of Cups was for the divine feminine here. But instead of them appreciating it and acknowledging it, they was denying the fact that the star energy was for them. See, it's almost like these divine feminines remind them too much of home. And I feel like they needed to be reminded that they are loved and that someone has their back here. This is why the feminines were here, to bring in healing and hope. But what they chose to do was just manipulate the situation instead. Healing has always been here for them, but they was on some mo-ish. That's why the Devil card is there. This is why Spirit knew that the only way they could get these divine masculines' attention was to attack them pockets here. Make their if you attack the pockets, then the chicks ain't gonna want you then, because you around here stunning the Nine of Pentacles here. You know, you got everybody chasing after you. You done caused heartaches and pain. You got the divine feminine. She tired of waiting on you. You done broke her heart. Now everybody you around, it's drama here. This Five of Wands, now you got inner conflicts because you're in denial that you need to make a change. Now you got the Two of Pentacles. Spirit, watch the Two of Pentacles here. Ace of Swords, some type of truth, revelation, clarity about their money. See? Nine of Pentacles, see? Some truths coming out about their independence, or Spirit's trying to show them something, that they were too selfish, that they had a problem, that they need to get somewhere and sit down and heal. Because they're just creating karmic cycles, just breaking hearts. See? Five of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Wands again. Spirit's showing these divine masculine. You too busy trying to please the wrong people when you're not even healthy emotionally or mentally yourself here. See, this person had to see some truth, because I feel like this person did not want to admit it, but now everything is coming to an end. The Tower card has hit. Now their image is blemished now. with the Emperor in the reverse, with the Six of Wands in reverse, they don't have the respect of the community now. This is why they're trying so hard to get this money back up, because I feel like they done fell off. But see, when spirit do it, you can't do nothing. Now you got the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands for divine masculine. Ten of Wands is the Hierophant. They released it. I feel like they didn't want no relationship here. Why is the Ten of Wands here? Or maybe they've been praying and soul searching. Maybe they're finna tap into some spirituality here. A relative going to church or something. I feel like somebody's gonna start reaching out. It could be older gentleman here. I feel like the universe is making it so hard. It's like the universe is turning up the fire, and it's not personal. Only thing that's happening to them is that whatever they planted is coming back on them. It has come to its peak because they've been doing too much. They've just been self-destructing and steadily creating unnecessary heartbreaks and soul ties here. But I feel like somebody spiritual is helping this divine masculine so that they can come out here, teach them how to be strong, because right now they're not strong. They're weak. See, but they do have I feel like their money gonna come back up with the Ace of Pentacles here, and then I feel like they're gonna try to come after their divine feminine, but the divine feminine may not be around for them anymore. Yep, this is what I see for the divine masculine. They've been trying to escape their calling, their purpose here, and try to please men, but the universe is sending towers their way, not to break them down, but to lift them up in a better, healthier, healed, whole way, so that this cycle can stop and they can have something to teach their own children, and their children won't grow up living in the same energy as their fathers. All right, collective, this is your divine masculine's reading. If it resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell for all, because I'm going to also upload divine feminine too. If this video resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.